Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on.
Republican Donald Trump is drawing a lot of criticism for making that comment at a presidential campaign event in South Carolina yesterday.
U.S. government leaders and Muslims here in eastern Iowa want to make it known that this kind of talk won't be tolerated.
What was proposed yesterday is not what this party stands for, and more importantly, it's not what this country stands for. Not only are there many Muslims serving in our armed forces, dying for this country, there are Muslims serving right here in the House, working every day to uphold and to defend the Constitution.
Trump's plan would only allow Muslims who are United States citizens. He says this ban is the only way to keep the country safe from future attacks. Eastern Iowa and Cedar Rapids in particular has a long history with Muslims living in the community.
And TV 9's Dave Franzman joins us in the studio with more about this. Dave, how are local Muslims reacting to Donald Trump's comments?
Well, they're surprised and disappointed, and those are some of the weaker words that they use. But they're also more than a little worried that this could actually lead to episodes of vandalism or perhaps even worse. Now, after the attacks in Paris and California, there was already concern about relations and a possible backlash against all Muslims. And members of that local community say the candidate's comments just make it a lot worse.
Cedar Rapids not only has a thriving Muslim community, it has history too. This building on the northwest side, called the Mother Mosque, is the first structure built specifically as a mosque or Muslim place of worship in all of North America. Members of the local community say Trump's comments are racist and wrong.
My first thought was, well, here we go again. Donald's in rare form. He's an equal opportunity hater. He was picking on the Mexicans, he's picking on other immigrants, and then he picked on a disabled guy.
You know, I believe that he doesn't really care about the consequences of it. He's more interested in saying things that are going to elicit public opinion, whether it's positive or negative.
Several local Muslims noted Trump's words have already had consequences. Someone tossed a severed pig's head against the door of a mosque in Philadelphia. The FBI has started an investigation into a possible hate crime. Over the years, and well before Trump's comments, there have been cases of both graffiti and vandalism at the main Cedar Rapids Mosque. No hate crime connection was ever made, but the worry is, in a world rattled by recent terror attacks, it might not take much to encourage some to act out. The imam here, though, says his next message to members will be words of peace.
I will tell them that the hatred that ISIS is promoting is unfortunately similar to the hatred that Donald Trump is promoting, and that both do not belong in this country.
Members of the Islamic Center say they've always had good relations with neighbors in Cedar Rapids, and there is also an active interfaith group of other religious organizations that include members of the local Muslim community. And in fact, they just had a joint event with all the interfaith members, and that took place at the mosque.
Thank you, Dave.